Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this session today with Amit. So he's an old timer with us. I think a lot of presentations with us in the past. So thank you, Amit, for taking the time. Today's session is going to be on XM Cloud Embedded Personalization. So please take it forward, Amit.
Yeah, thank you. Let me quickly share my screen and then I can get started. So let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Yeah, yeah, thank you everyone for joining and also SUG Bangalore for giving me the opportunity. So I think I am giving a session from many years and my first session was with the SUG Bangalore also. I think hope you remember Anandita. So it's my privilege to share the knowledge within this platform again every year. So then today's presentation, I will be touching upon what is Sitecore embedded personalization, and this is a big agenda, but I am trying to summarize the things very quickly so that I'm not going to take so much time. So I also will be touching upon the Sitecore XM Cloud and also understanding of embedded personalization, what are the key feature and capabilities are present, and also what are the technical aspect of a XM Cloud personalization, so that you will be knowing that how the processing of a personalization is happening. And also high level feature comparison between a experience platform and also full-fledged CDP and this, and also I will be showing the demo where I will be showing how to add the embedded personalization as well as how it is working. This is a small intro about myself, so you can reach out to me via any of the social media channel, or you can ping me on WhatsApp also, SUG India or any other. I will be happy to connect with you if you have any doubt. Now moving to the XM Cloud, right? So most of you have worked on the Sitecore XP or maybe still working on that. So Sitecore introduced a headless CMS, that is a truly headless or cloud native CMS where everything will be set up by the Sitecore. You do not need to take care of any installation of your CM role, and it is coming with a Sitecore Experience Manager where you will be not having the XConnect or anything. Okay, that is a major difference between a XM and the XP, and it is moving to the cloud. That's why it's called a XMC or a Experience Manager Cloud. And it is coming up with the page builder, that is advanced experience editor, and also it is coming with the Sitecore Experience Accelerator support, means headless access support, so that you can easily do the multi-site management with this. And also it is providing the headless services, so you can consume the API of a Sitecore XM Cloud via a edge endpoints in any of the channel, right? So it's not limited to the website or anything. Those are the GraphQL endpoints, and you can consume that. So the main difference is that Sitecore is spinning up a CM roles for you, as well as whatever support is required to edit the page. That app will be set up by the Sitecore. But if you need to prepare a application for the end user, right, then you need to either you can utilize a Versa Netlify, or you can spin up your own on the Azure app. That task you have to do that. And also the content delivery here, right, is not from the CD. There is a separate product is there called a Sitecore Experience Edge, right? That is a SaaS product. Whenever you are publishing it from the CM or a XM Cloud CM role, the data will be publishing to the Experience Edge, and you will be having a snapshot of your content items as well as layout, presentation, and media files. And there's a limitation that you cannot use the media items which is greater than 50 MB in size. That is a limitation of a the Sitecore Experience Edge, and you do not need to spin up CD for that, like how you used to set up in a XP world. You will be having a CM, CD, XConnect, and those things. Those things are not there. Only CM is there, Experience Edge is there, right? And it is providing the omni-channel experience so that you can consume the data in anywhere. You can build up a mobile application, kiosk application, or any sort of application in any languages, right? But if you want to have a experience editor support, or you want to have a pages support, then you need to utilize the Sitecore GSS SDK, which is limited to the desktop support only, web support only, not the mobile application. So it's the Jamstack ready. Embedded personalization is there, which I am going to cover. Edge content delivery is there. As I said that you will be getting edge content delivery via a GraphQL endpoint. You will be not having a layout. That is the main difference you have to think of. And inbuilt component library, like it is giving you the WYSIWYG editor. You can create your own component like a front end as a component. Advanced pages editor will be there. I will be showing that also. And faster development and deployment, like a Sitecore is providing you the some references of the GitHub repo. You can utilize that as a base and start building on top of that. And also deployment is fast. Why? Because for the CM deployment, you do not need to set up anything. It is out of the box. And also when you are using the Vercel plus the GitHub, right? Then there is a out of the box connector is there, which you can utilize with the help of a XM Cloud Deploy app, and you can manage the deployment over there. Customer portal is there. You can easily manage the user to whom you need to provide the access and how many apps access you need to provide. Like you need to provide a CDP access or a personalization XM Cloud, so that you can manage it from the XM Cloud customer portal. And easy site management, because it is giving you the headless XXA, so you can easily do the create a tenant. Within a tenant you can create a site collection, right? Those type of things you can easily manage it, how you used to do in the MVC XXA. Inbuilt inside, like we used to have in the XP, right? XConnect, if you are opening, you are getting a lot of reporting items, right? But here it's just providing you the how your website is performing, like from where users are coming, which regions are coming, which devices user are using which browser, as well as the same parameter is for the pages. So you can track how your pages are performing. Inbuilt form. So here XM Cloud, you will be having a XM Cloud forms, which is a different from the Sitecore form, because in Sitecore form you need a full-fledged Sitecore experience license, because your data is being submitted into the XDB. But here it's a SaaS product. No data except the CMS content is being stored in the XM Cloud. So it is providing you the webhooks. So you can create your own webhooks endpoints. It's up to you. And then whenever user is submitting any data, that your JSON payload is going to your endpoints, and from there you can submit it to your internal system, or you can submit to database. So you have to take care of those integration when you are using the XM Cloud Forms. Any question till this point? No. Fine. So now moving to the understanding of embedded personalization. So embedded personalization is coming up as a out of the box component, or you can say that a product with the XM Cloud when you are buying the subscription for XM Cloud. So it's a out of the box personalization, and it's a page level personalization, right? You can only write a condition on a page, and then you can personalize the component, as compared to the XP, where within a one page you can apply a different conditions on a different component. But here it's not like that. It's a page level personalization. And also it is providing you the some set of a audience segmentation, like up to 30 days data is there. Only those you can consume that in embedded personalization. And you can create a page variant also. I will be going to show you in the upcoming demos. That is coming out of the box, and it's a real time data, because it's taking a page context as well as 30 days of the historical data it can utilize. And edge function for dynamic page swapping. So you know that it is a headless, right? So you are not running your application within the context of a Sitecore. So then how the personalization is happening? So like you are having the pipeline code is in the AVC. So same way in your head application, you are having a something called a middleware, right? Which is generally being used to manipulate the response which you need to send to the end user. Or if something is coming from the end user, before reaching to your code, if you need to do some manipulation, that is taken care by the middleware. So same way XM Cloud SDK is providing you the personalization middleware, which will do the magic to personalize the content in your application. And preview mode, so you can check the preview of your content as well as how your condition is being rendered, that you can verify that in the experience editor, sorry, pages editor. Site and page analytics will be there, so you can verify that how your variants are being performed whenever any condition is fulfilled or passed, then that variant is being served to the user, and how many users are reaching to that page variant, so you can easily verify that. So that is about a embedded personalization. So now what are the key features of embedded personalizations? So it will help you to empower the user journey, because whenever you are having a simple use cases where you are building a microsite, or you are building a campaign site, or you are having any informative website where you just need to change the content based on a current context of a user as well as the current behavior. So in those cases, it can help you to swap the content. So that's why it's a core personalization capabilities are coming inbuilt with the embedded personalization. So it's a page-based personalization, as I was explaining, and you can create a up to 8-page variants, and also within a one-page variant, you can add a 5 conditions only. And within a one-page level personalization variant, you can apply a personalization in your component which are added into those pages. Audience segmentation, out of the box, you are getting a audience segmentation. Audience segmentation is nothing but a set of data from a your historical data. For example, if any user have subscribes to your newsletter, right? So in MVC, what we used to have, we will be having one subscription form. So we will be submitting that data to the XConnect, right? And XConnect, we will be creating a custom attribute where we are adding attribute like newsletter subscribed is yes, right? So that attribute you have added to the user persona. So in XP or XConnect, you can go and you can create a you can access a list of the users which is subscribes to your newsletter, right? So same, that is called a segmentation, right? A set of users you are getting out of a superset. So same way it is providing you the audience segmentation, like if user is previously visited your website in a past 10 days, how many times, right? So that type of users data, if you need to get it, those things are the out of the box, but you cannot add a custom attribute like I was explaining, right? In case of XP, those things you can't do with the embedded personalization. Real time analysis, you can monitor how your pages or how the site traffic it, that you can get report, you can get it easily in the embedded personalization, and you do not need to buy any license to utilize this. So once you will provision the XM Cloud, some set of conditions and audience segmentation data you will be getting out of the box. Technical aspect. So suppose if you have know that Sitecore CDP is a data lake, or you can say that it is having the user 360-degree profile, how you used to have a uh, uh, Sitecore user site. What I will say, user persona, when you will log into the XDB, right? And you are opening the experience profile, right? So all those data is present in the Sitecore CDP. That is a separate ads product. And what are the condition you need to apply on the basis of the data which is you are present in the Sitecore CDP. So our personalization work will be happening in the separate product called Sitecore Personalize. So whenever you need to implement a headless based personalization in your application, if you are not utilizing the Sitecore embedded personalization, you need to buy a full-fledged license of the Sitecore CDP. So embedded personalization, as you are seeing here, right, it is a subset of a both of these. Why? Because you are getting a less number of data, like a 30 days of data you are getting, and you are getting a subset of conditions which you can apply on your page. That's why it is a subset of the Sitecore CDP and personalization. So I was explaining something about a middleware, right? So in this now I will be explaining about how the personalization is happening. So if you have worked on the headless implementation, like not the Sitecore or anyone, so you are having a front-end application that will be deployed to some app, right? Some hosting provider like a Vercel or Azure or Netlify, and which is accessed by the end user. That's why it is called a rendering host. So it's available for the end user. So in terms of a XM cloud, you are seeing a SaaS, right? So I am having a content management system, right, which I was explaining. This is a CMS, which is content author will be logging into that, and they will doing the content authoring, right? And at the end, there will be a database where your data is being stored. So when you are doing the content authoring and you are publishing the data, so generally we will be having a CD, right, content delivery server. But here, as I was explaining, we will be having Experience Edge. Experience Edge is a CDN, so you do not need to set up a CDN for the content delivery, because content item, layout, snapshot, or media item will be dumped here in terms of static items. And this is a CDP and personalization. So you will be getting a profile, storage, user attribute, or user segmentation, which is stored here. So you will be getting a one tenant that is meant for the XM Cloud embedded personalization. So how it is happening when you are built working in the Next.js application, right? So you are having a two type of build. One is the static site generation and one is the server side rendering. So in terms of a static site generation, when you are building the code in your pipeline or anywhere, whatever the data needs to be served to the users, every data will be built or a pages will be built and it will be dumped into the or stored into the net.next.js folder, right? And you will be deploying that into your any hosting provider. But in case of a SSR, server side rendering, so whenever user is making any request, right, then it will go and check that that data is present or not. If it is not, then it will go and make a real time call to get a that specific page data. So now let's say consider that you are making a SSR request, right, for a home page or about us. So when the user will be requesting, so request will be coming to middleware, and this personalization middleware will make a call to the experience edge and will get all the variants of your pages. Like you are having a three condition: if user is coming from a Asia, user is coming from a USA, or user is coming from a Europe. So you are showing a different data. So those are called the variants. So it will fetch all the variants and it will then make a call to the embedded personalization, which is internally using CDP and personalize to get a user segmentation detail. So suppose you are having a condition like if user is coming from the India, right? So that is nothing but a segmentation details. So we need to check that is this current user is coming from a India or not, right? Then it will make a call to the this CDP and personalize in the back end. It will get that this condition is true or not. So it will get a data. Then it will be matched with whatever the condition you have added onto the your variant. If that is matching, then that specific variant will be served to the end user, right? So that will be happening at a real time. So you will be not knowing that how fast it is happening, right? So same way when the you are doing the SSG, right? At a build time, everything is being stored here in your Next.js folder, and in those cases, personalization middleware will use the that data and it will swap the user response. So that way, this personalization middleware is playing the important role when you are working with the XM cloud in terms of a personalization. So this middleware is taking care of all the personalization level things, and this middleware is already built in the cloud SDK. So you do not need to write any code or anything to build up. It will be taken care by that Sitecore, the Next.js SDK, and also all the tracking whichever the page user are happening. So that is also being added into the XM Cloud Next.js SDK code base. If you will verify that, or if you will go to the XM Cloud Foundation head GitHub repo, you can verify that. So it will be out of the box. So with that way, this complete. personalization is happening. Any question in this slide? Fine. So now I will be moving towards a feature comparison with the experience platform. So here I try to do the feature comparison between the embedded XP and the CDP. So data source, right? Session based is there in the embedded personalization. In XP, you are having historical data and the session data, as well as in the CDP and personalization, you are also having historical data. AIML support is not there. Why? Because you are not having a complete full set of a subscription for the CDP and personalization. In XP also you are not getting any AIML support. So same way the data retention is 30 days, but in XP it's a long term and CDP personalization is a long term. So why I am trying to showcase these things? Why? Because when you are going to propose a XM Cloud or embedded personalization or personalize or a CDP, so you need to give the weightage. If I am going with this and I am having these many personalization rules which is currently present in XP, is it going to fulfill with the embedded personalization or not? If not, then we can say that we need to buy a CDP and personalization license. So this is also a very good metrics from the Sitecore side, which is helpful for you to identify that how the comparison is happening in terms of listen, think, respond, and learn. Like a web data collection. So which are the channels it is being supported, right? So XM Cloud embedded personalization is not supporting a omni-channel because it is only providing the support for the website, not the mobile application. But if your client or organization is going to implement a mobile application also, right, and there also you need a personalization, so you need to explicitly buy the license for the CDP and personalization. So that way you can go through this matrix and you can identify that what are the features is being ticked in terms of XM Cloud and matching with your requirement, and based on that you can buy the or propose a specific product. What is session based versus historical data personalization? So session based, as I was explaining, if you are coming to the website and you are clicking on some data or clicking on some pages, or you are coming from a some referring website, or you are coming via clicking on social media via UTM parameters, you are landing to website. Those are a session based or a current context based personalization. Historical is nothing but where I need to implement the personalization in terms of a historical data. Let's take an example that you are working for a client or your organization is working offline also, online also, right? So in terms of your offline, suppose your client is having a departmental store or a shopping mall site, and where customers are coming and they are having a membership card. So they are buying something related to, for example, a summer activities, right? So once they will scan their membership card, that data will go to the your CRM system, right? That CRM system should have the batch job midnight, which will push the data to the Sitecore CDP, right? Which is making the customer 360 profile. So there you are adding that user have purchased a product related to the summer activities, right? So that can make a persona for user. User is interested in the summer related activities. Now that user is coming to your e-commerce website, right? And it will user will log in, right? So once user will log in, you will be easily able to identify that user have previously published the summer related activities, and user are coming to the persona of a user who are more interested in the summer. So on the basis of that, you can utilize the site for personalize, and you can offer a any product which is related to the summer. So now that user is again buying something, and then the data is being submitted to the CDP. And now user is coming to your travel website where you are providing the functionality to book a ticket or something, right? So you know that user is loyal customer. user already bought the merchandise from your offline store and some e-commerce website he bought something. Now you can offer him some great offer so that there also you can identify that the user persona, right? His past behavior. So that way you can make a complete chain, right? But for that you require the historical data, right? Maybe user have come to your store before 30 days, right? And you want a more historical data. So those type of things are there, then you can't utilize the embedded personalization. You need to buy the this Sitecore CDP and personalization. So that way you can also think of when you are going to work with the XM cloud in case of a personalization. When and why to use Sitecore XM cloud embedded personalization? Like when you are looking for a easier use cases where you just need to do the content swapping, right? And everything is based on a real-time data, and you are not utilizing the um historical data like beyond 30 days, and where you are looking for a quick deployment, right? That is a major thing. So here you are not writing any code how you used to do in the Sitecore XP, where you are writing the custom code and you are deploying to the CM and then you are deploying to the CD. So those type of things you do not need to do here, right? Because it is just a content, right? You just need to apply the page variants and publish the content and start displaying into your website. So in those cases, you can think of this embedded personalization is a best suited for you when you are meeting these criteria. When to consider Sitecore CDP and personalization? So as I was telling that when you are having the complex use cases which I was just explaining, and also where you need to rely on the uh, more complex use cases, like if you need to access the two or three resources or attributes and you need to showcase the personalization, or you need to embed something from somewhere else and you need to inject that into your page, right? Or if you need to track a click of a users also, like in embedded personalization you cannot track the click of any button in your website. Why? Because you are not having the access to the API. Okay, so those are the major use cases where you need to track the click event or user have subscribed to this or not. So in those cases you need to buy the Sitecore CDP complete license, and on the basis of that, if you need to implement the personalization, then you need to buy the Sitecore personalization full-fledged license also. And one more good thing is that you can create your own custom rules in Sitecore personalization, and you can Sitecore CDP, and you can push those things into the Sitecore XM client so that your content author can easily use those. So that thing also is possible when you are using buying the CDP and personalized full-fledged license. Use cases like page level personalization, like as I was explaining, you need to swap some content or geolocation things. Audience segmentation, when you need to utilize the out of the box segmentation, like how many number of days user have uh, user have access or coming to your website, and this page user have access in the past or not, or how many times. And personalized promotion, like if your users are coming from the UTM parameters, or user are coming from any campaign, or some site is referring your website, then who refer your page, right? So those things you can easily implement that, but not for the complex use cases. It can't be utilized. So now I'm moving to the demo. So let me ping you one URL. Then you can check that and tell me what message are you seeing here. Anyone verified it or not? No
Message
problem.
where?
This one. Just refresh it.
Ah, okay. Asia users.
Okay. So how it is coming that the use case which I was explaining, right? Geolocation. So what happened that when you will logging to the XM cloud, right? So where it is. So if you will open the pages editor, right? So what I did that I have just deployed the demo website from the Sitecore, and that is being deployed to the Vercel, right? And in that only I have applied this use cases related to the personalization. So what I was trying to explain that when you will open your page or a website in the pages editor, this is the pages editor, this is the advanced experience editor, you can say that. So these are the things which you are seeing, right? So this is telling that in some of the pages the personalization already been implemented. So this is the sign. Let me, if you will click here, right? So you will be able to wait. Let me reload. You will be able to find that personalization have been implemented or not. So currently, let it load. So generally, what happen that when you will click on the personalize, so it will show you the some green icon which clearly says that the personalization have been implemented on this component or not, and also the component on which the personalization have not been added, those show as a, in the amber color. So it will show. So what I did that I have created a page variants like EU user, South American user, North American, Brazil, UK, Asia, right? So the main thing, if you will notice here, you can't create more than 8 variants. This is a page variants, right? So the data is coming to you from the this, right? So you are getting the Asia users, right? But why you are not getting the India user? Because it will scan the rules or page variants in the order it's being added. And also there is no option I am able to find I can move up and down. Okay. So suppose if Asia user is satisfied, it will not go to India user, and also suppose if you have not personalized this component, maybe you have personalized this, so it will not combine that. But when we used to work in the XP, right? So suppose in one page you can change the content based on a Asia user here, and in this, and you can also personalize this component based on the Indian user here, right? But in case of a embedded personalization, right, you can't do that. If you have to do that, then you need to buy a full-fledged license of a Sitecore CDP and personalize so that you can dynamically embed the content or experience into your page. So that is the main, you can say that the limitation here. So suppose I have created a condition, how I created it. So when you will go there, or you can click on the create page variant and you can give the name. So once you do that, it will open a canvas for you where you can add the condition. So this is the preview how your condition will be looks like. And when you will click on the build, when you will click on the condition like a add condition, it will open a set of a condition, and from there here you can get a grouping. So like I am looking for a geolocation, right? So suppose user, the visitor is in region, right? So if I will click on that, it is giving me the Asia or this region. I can select that, and you are seeing here the current visit, right? So that's why I am keep telling about a current context of the user. And the same way, if you will click on this country, right? So visitor is country, right? Is in country this. So I cannot combine the two condition here, right? Because there is no point here. Okay. And also I can just only apply this condition on a page level. I can't do the personalization based on a specific component based on any condition. So that way you can add a rules, right? And number of rules or up to 5 conditions you can add it here, not beyond that. That is a limitation, right? And this Indian user, right? Because if it is a SSD, right? So at a runtime, if the data is not there, it will get all the page variants and it will check the condition. Okay, this segmentation details is required. Then it will make a call to the backend system to get a segmentation detail. Whichever is fulfilled first, it will show the data there. If nothing is fulfilled, then only the default data will be visible to user. That's why you are seeing that you are only seeing the Asia users. You are not seeing the India users, right? Same way when I will go to the then how you will switch the pages, right? Because I am on the services. Then again I will go to my edit page. Then this is a contact page, right? So what I did that I also added a personalization based on the device type, right? So in some cases you need to show something for the mobile users or you need to show something for the desktop user, right? So you can easily do those things based on the user current device. So now you are seeing, right? I was telling wherever the personalization is applied, it will show in the green color, and wherever not, it will show the amber color. And also, it will explicitly tell you on which component the personalization is supported. So suppose if your component is not editable or not experience editor friendly, then it won't display that. Okay. So here, if you are seeing that I have added that if user device is a mobile, then show this icon. So now if I will go here, I will go to contact us page. Currently it's not showing, but now if I will change my behavior to this, and you will see that you are getting a data related to the mobile, right? So it will swap the data and it will showcase to you. So same way you can add a condition related to the devices also. So from here you can go and click on the device and you are seeing that the visitor current operating system is which operating system. On the basis of that also you can change that. So these things are helpful. Suppose if you are creating a website or anything, right, or mobile application, for example, like you are giving a responsive view to the mobile, right, only the website, then you are seeing that, right, that Apple Store or you are having a Google App Store, right? So you can swap those content or show hide those content with the help of these out of the box condition itself. So for this also, if I will come back again and I will go here, right? So let's see what I have. So visit last count, right? So I have tried to add the one condition also build. So visitor has visited inside or contact us pages during the current visit, right? So in that case, what happened that I am just changing this. So suppose if I already went to the inside page, which page I am changing, or team member, and now I will go to the inside page, right? So let me take the name of a page. Services. So the page name is authors, right? Authors. So you are seeing here, right? The content have been changed. But if you haven't visited the page earlier, it will not change. So as I was explaining, like the page referrer, right? If you have visited this page or not in the current session or in the past, so you can also apply the conditions, right? So in terms of a about us, right? So if you will go here, this is also I have tried to implement a different users, but also if you are seeing, I have also added a for a Windows user, right? But it won't show that. Why? Because my first condition is mating, right? this one. So it is not moving to the other condition for the EU user as well as it is not moving to the Windows user. But my both the conditions are all the condition are fulfilled, but it is only showing the content related to this. So wherever you need to combine that, then you can't do that with the embedded personalization. So now coming to the services. So why I am showing that, I have tried to add the different conditions here. So this is a Windows users or the iOS user, right? So suppose if I am visiting the services page, right? So it is showing me the window user. So but if you will access this website in your mobile app or anywhere, right, where you are using the iOS or anything, it will show this. So this way also you can personalize the content here. Same way in the portfolio, I am using the UTM parameter. This is a very useful because you are building a campaign site or a micro site or you are promoting your micro site. Then how to do the personalization? This is very useful. So what I uh, did that. So I created like where UTM source equal to this, right? So now if I will go to the page, the page is portfolio, right? So currently if you are seeing portfolio, no personalization message. Now if I will pass a UTM underscore source is a demo, right? So you are seeing here, it is giving the personalization, right? So you can also try this. So these are the simple use cases which will be very helpful for you to implement that. So same way you can try a different out of the box condition. Let's say, sorry. So user is a returning user or a new user. Same way you can add a condition related to the date, right? The visitor is visited before or after the date time compares to the number. The visitor is a day of the week based on your organization time zone. So all these simple use cases, right? Point of sales, right? The point of sale is nothing but a unique name of your website in a Action Cloud setup. And time, right? So you visitor after day and time or before after time. So these things you can mention, misuse that or conditions you can utilize that, and you can implement the personalization. This is the user interaction, right? So you can also create your custom condition in the personalization and you can push it here. But for that you need to have a full-fledged license. So coming to the uh, reporting feature, right? So how you will identify that, how the pages are performing, right? So suppose if I will go to the home page where I'm having a more rules. So if you will see that there is analyze option is there, right? So if you will click on that, you will be getting a out of the box reporting, which is good for the marketing people to identify that how your website is performing, like site visits is there, right? So this will tell you page wise visits how it is being performing, right? And what is the source of that? Also the browser is used by the user operating system, and also the region also, right? So this will be uh, out of the box reporting fee analytics features, right? So now if I will come to the page inside, right? So I this is the default variant, right? How many users or how the users are accessing your default variant, it will tell you. So now you can also add your page variant and you can compare that, right? So how the user are visiting. So it's currently like you are seeing that 8 visitors and those things. Time of the day, it is also give you and top countries, right? From where it is being accessed, right? So it will give you the comparison between a two variants. So that way you can identify that how your pages are performing. Suppose you are trying to implement a A/B testing or something like that, and you have created a 2 pages for a different regions, and you need to identify that how many users are clicking on a this page or how many users are interacting with those pages, right? So that way it will be very helpful, but you can't compare a more than one page variant in this. So this is the out of the box, you can say that a conditions, you can verify that. So I just covered about the demo, right? Yeah. So the flow diagram, right? How these page variants are happening. So what happened that whenever you are visiting the website, right? So it will evaluate the condition. How it will evaluate the condition? Because it will get the page variants if it is not there, which I was explaining in the earlier slide, right? So if the condition is logic is checking that if condition is true, then assign the audience which we are getting it and display the personalization condition, right? If any of the condition is not verifying, then show the default. So this process, or you can say that the flow diagram is applicable to each and every request which you are making to the XM Cloud pages. So it's not like that once you are moved to the second page, it is not going to happen. It will happen for each and every page, right? So that way it is keep checking that if any new content is coming up, like suppose once yesterday you have published one site with one variant, right, one page. Now today you have published the second variant also, right? So that's why this process is happening again and again. So if condition is false, then again it will go to the evaluation condition and verify the condition. So this is a ongoing process for each and every request so that you can get the personalization content. And these are the condition which I have shown you, but currently you need to see that this condition, that visitor is in the region United States, where the region is. So currently it is present only for the United States. It is not present for all the states. For example, if you need to verify apply a condition, like if user is from the India, and in India it is belongs to a Karnataka or NCR or any other South India region, right? So you can't apply those conditions here because it's not present. Analytics and insight, I just explained how it is. So data privacy and compliance, right? So when you are using any third party SaaS product, so it's always good to verify that what are the compliance you required wherever the data is being stored or data is being transit, right? So that's why I have tried to add it here. So it's providing the GDPR and CCPA support, and also the data transit and this thing is happening via TLS 1.2, and it's encrypted to a AES 256. Retention policy, some organization is looking for a number of days of data to be reside in a specific location. So we need to check that can we purge our data or not. So those things you need to check with the product team. So limitation, right? I was explaining it is only giving you the page level personalization only. How I was showing the EU condition, Asia condition, and the India condition. Limited variant and those things are present. You can't use more than 8 page variants. API access is not there. You can't track any of the click of the users, or you want any tracking into a video is playing or something like that. That you can't do that. And it is only supporting mainly for the session based personalization current. Data retention is the 30 days, so you can't get a data beyond 30 days. No AIML support and aggregation data is limitation. You can't create any aggregate or data like these many subscription user have done it, then show this data. So those aggregation of data you can't do that, and no customization you can do that. And also the trend data, there are some trending of a data, like if you will go to the analytics, so you are seeing there also the some trending data, so that will also expire after 61 days. So these are the some references. This is also from the Sitecore website only. And now I am open for the Q&A. If you guys have any questions and for me, then you can feel free to ask me.
Thanks, Amit. If anyone has any questions, feel free to unmute yourself. Sounds like we're good for now. If anyone has any questions, they can probably reach out to you separately, Amit.
Yeah, sure. So they can scan it or they can ping me anywhere. I will be available.
Great. All right. I
Thank-
guess we're good to then.
Yeah, I think everyone is busy or they may be tired for the work, right? So thank you everyone for your time, right? And you can feel free to connect with me anytime.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Amit, for taking the time. And
Thank
thanks
you.
everyone for joining. We'll wrap for
Thank
now.
you. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.